This is it, guys. I found it. This is where the magic happened, right here. This is where my wife and I received the blessing from father and mother 13 years ago, right here in the square, right in front. We were one of the representative couples to receive the holy water. We had just gone to father's matching ceremony a few days prior, and here we are, right here. We went on stage in my wife's lovely dress. I'll try to find a photo to put here. We stood up here. There's a beautiful stage right here. Father and mother standing there, and they're sprinkling us with holy water. And I am on an adventure, and I hope you can follow with me. I'm gonna find all of the places that we went here at Sun Moon, the day of our blessing, and the day after our blessing, to have a nostalgic experience. And there's one place I'm looking for. It's a little studio that we played our first song together when she found out that I like playing guitar, and I found out that she likes singing. She's in a band, I'm in a band, and we clicked. And I was surprised by how confident she sings, and how that she can sing rock music. She was playing in a band. I'll put some photos right here. She was playing in a band called hsa-uwc, called Rebirth in English. hsa-uwc means rebirth. It's a hyojinim band that they formed here at Sun Moon, and she was the lead singer for a rock band here at Sun Moon. And that was surprising to me because she's this rather short Japanese lady with a very strong voice and very confident voice. And so I was like, let's find a guitar, let's play some songs together. And that's what I was surprised by. And I immediately, all night after the blessing, I was listening to these songs. I found a guitar and I was just jamming in my room, learning them. And the next day, we found a little studio hut that we could practice and play together. And I'm gonna go find that place. So join me in that, all right? I'm walking around the campus, and you'll notice there are just children playing on the streets. You don't see that at many universities. I'm officially lost. Made my way down some alley. Benjy 식당. Don't know. I just finished the tour around Sun Moon. We hit up all of the nostalgic spots, the Kodak moments that my wife and I visited together 13 years ago. And I was going to make a little outro for this video explaining the reasons why you should or should not go here to Sun Moon, or you should consider your children going here to Sun Moon. Personally, if my kids want to go to university, I would 100%, 120% recommend that they go to Sun Moon University, especially if you are someone that values faith and community. And look at this, internationalism, then 1000% Sun Moon, okay? So that's what I was going to talk about, is why I would recommend this university. But honestly, all I can think about is the last decade plus of being blessed with this woman. And I'm thinking about all of the fear and insecurity and honestly uncertainty I had when we were here at the blessing. Just wondering, is this going to work out? What am I doing? I'm so young. I was 18 years old, guys. My wife was 20 years old at the time. I felt unqualified to be in this relationship. Actually, funny story, I found my matching application paper form, because when we went to father's matching, you have to fill out this paper form explaining kind of your background, your faith, and some of the questions asked. One of the questions was, do you have a preference for international matching, right? And I remember thinking, not really. I don't have a preference, which means to me, like, it's not a yes or no. It's just like, I don't have a preference. And then I found my document later because I worked at headquarters in the BFM for so many years. I found my application and it said preference for international, and it said no. And that's exactly what I got. And then it asked questions like, what's your university status, right? And I said first year. And then asked for major, like what's your focus of study, your major of study? And it said undecided. And then it asks, what's your career path or your occupation path? And it said undecided. And I found this in a drawer somewhere, and I was just laughing my head off because I was like, I was the most unqualified person you could ever conjure for the matching process, externally. But internally, rock solid. Internally, I had faith. and our Heavenly Parent. I have faith in Father and Mother to the extent that it was helpful for me. I had sexual integrity, which means my actions and my words were united, and I felt confident in that. And I felt God's pull and God's voice speaking to me. And so above all else, I was like, you know what, externally, maybe I am the most unqualified 18-year-old on the planet. But internally, I know I can work hard. I can work harder than anyone else, and I can make my blessing something spectacular because of the contents of my heart and not because of my external achievements. And that's served me well, to be honest, focusing on the internal. It served me well. It's helped me tremendously get through a lot in our own relationships, in my blessing. And that's why I talk so strongly and heavily about focusing on your internal character above all else. And I'm not saying university doesn't matter. I'm not saying that external things don't matter. I'm the first one that will say that you should focus on those things. But it's a matter of priority. It's a matter of which lens are you looking through first. Are you looking at men and women, potential matching partners, first and foremost through the lens of external, superficial things that don't matter, eternally speaking? Or are you looking at the world and your spouse and your potential spouse through the lens of what truly matters, which is the divine internal character of each individual person that is uniquely created by God in their own right? That is the question. Do you look through the lens of internal first or external first? Most of the world will look through external first, and then they will narrow their pool of opportunities. They will narrow their ability for God to work in the relationship, and they will look first and foremost for what externally they prefer, and then they will see, does this person happen to meet my internal qualities or my internal vision for my life or my moral standard or my moral code? But I promise you, I guarantee it, the Benjy guarantee, that those relationships quickly fizzle because they are based in nothing that is substantial, nothing that is deep, because internal is more important than external. Anybody that denies that, anybody that says that's not true, I will rebuttal with one simple fact. Anybody on planet Earth can completely change their external environment, their external looks, everything about them. The internal character is something that you cannot fake. Your internal character is a statement of who you are as a person, and it will reflect and it will dictate every aspect of your life. It will reflect who you become as a man or woman. It will reflect who you become in the afterlife and spirit world. The external things matter infinitely less the more time goes by. As soon as you're in a relationship with a spouse that is based on physical appearance, that is based in physical attributes, such as body shape, such as face, such as education, what happens when your spouse has a baby and is no longer that attractive, beautiful young woman that you fell in love with? What happens when your husband gets that dad bod after you have a child and is no longer that fit husband that you fell in love with? Is it okay to have preferences? Yes, but you have to make sure that your lens through which you're looking at people is first and foremost internal, and after that, the external stuff, completely optional. Why is that? Because if you're committing to the blessing, if you're committing to Father and Mother's vision for lineage, for changing this world through the blessing, through blessed families, radiant blessed families, if you're looking at your marriage through that lens, guys, what is more important? The internal, the external. What is more important? What you do in this lifetime, or what you bring with you, eternally speaking, to the afterlife. It is the contents of your heart that will dictate your happiness. It is not the amount of money you make. It is not the external attributes of your face or your body or your education. It is only the quality of your heart. And so, are you going to live in cowardice without taking action? Or are you going to move towards what you know that is right for you and that you believe in with utmost confidence and courage and bravery? That's your decision to make. Okay? And I am grateful for my old self, 18 years old. I'm grateful that I took action. I'm grateful, though, even at the face of fear and anxiety and uncertainty and just brutal self-consciousness, I'm grateful that I decided to take action. I'm grateful that I decided to put myself out there to get matched, to get blessed. And even though it was so hard, I'll tell you a really quick story that you might find funny. After our blessing ceremony, right here, right in front of this building, after our blessing ceremony, I had this desire to hold my wife's hand. We were going to eat some meat at some place, right? I think it was kalbi or something like that. I think it was kalbi. And we were walking through the town, and I wanted to hold my wife's hand, right? I was like, this is nice. We're having a nice time. It's the blessing day. It'd be nice to hold my wife's hand. Keep in mind that we just met each other a few days ago, right? So I hold my wife's hand, and she very, very politely says, I don't want to do that. I'm not ready for that, right? And God bless her, she has so much courage. It's amazing. Of course you can imagine how I felt, right? It's like, but we're blessed. This is our blessing. And I realized through that experience and other experiences like that, that people are different. Cultures are different. And at the end of the day, I'm grateful that she is like that, because she is different from me. She balances my character. She brings an internal quality that I often lacked in my life. I often say that my wife is the internal one and I'm the external one. And we balance each other to become more of the same person, actually. And I think that's what the blessing is about. It's not about being each other, guys. It's about becoming like God. And who is God? God is motherly and God is fatherly. God is a father and God is a mother. And we need both, just as we need a father and a mother. Just as we need grace and forgiveness and love and kindness and safe havens, we also need a fatherly direction, vision. Where are you going? What are you doing? What do you want with your life? Go get it and just do it. And so we balance each other. And I feel grateful. That's the feeling I have right now. Just to be here. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I do recommend Sun Moon. I love it. Come visit. Come visit Korea. Come visit Cheonggyeong. Come visit Sun Moon. Come visit our father and mother here in Korea. And just have fun. Cheonggyeok, yo. Cheonggyeok living. Alright, see ya. I think I see it. Right over there. That must be it. These are the music studios that we played our first song. If you're curious what song it is, it's called Goodbye Days by Yui, Japanese female singer. It's a singer that she likes, and I learned the song on acoustic guitar. This is the one right here. Oh, they're practicing. Can you hear it? Someone's practicing bass right in there. I wonder if it's the Rebirth Hyojin band. They still have this little hut thingy. It's amazing. This is it. This is fantastic. What a great campus experience, guys. I swear.